In this video, we're going to be talking about the buttons located on the front of your flat panel on the bottom right-hand side. And I'm going to be talking about these buttons from left to right. The first button on the left-hand side is your power button. This power button turns your IFP on and off. Sometimes you have to hold it down for a second for it to take effect. In order to turn off the power, you need to hit that button once, and you'll get a confirmation message on your screen to hit the button a second time to turn it off. The second button on the front bottom right-hand panel, going from left to right, is your on-screen menu button. If you don't have a computer hooked up to your IFP, or if you're not using that source, this button doesn't do anything. However, once we switch over to our computer, that on-screen menu button will work, and we'll show you what that does in a future video. The next four buttons are your left, right, up, and down button. So once I bring up a menu, these arrow buttons will help me navigate through my different menu choices. And finally, the button on the far right is my gesture control. Now at this time, the gesture control button only works for Mac OS and MacBooks. We don't use Mac in this district, so the gesture control button won't work for you. However, I will tell you this: you need to have gesture control turned on. If I press that button and hold it in, you're going to see that there's going to be a message on the screen that says gesture control off. The problem with this is that it's also removed our menu options on both sides of the IFP. Now I don't have the ability to switch sources as easily or go back to my home screen as easily. So I need to make sure I'm going to hold that button in again so that I have gesture control on. And you'll notice that it brings my menu buttons back on both sides of my screen. So the gesture control button does not really do anything for us at this time, but it is very important that you leave that turned on. And in order to turn it on, you just hold it in for about 1.5 to 2 seconds. So that's the front bottom right panel of your IFP.